what is the first thing that a new investor should think about when getting into this business? And this is not going to be a shocker, but one of the first things that they should talk about is credit. So that's what I think that we're going to talk about today on the Car Chronicles. To try to, I'm going to touch on it a little bit, and we're going to expand on it throughout an upcoming series that we're going to do. But credit, let's talk. So if you haven't seen any of my other podcasts or shows that I've done, you wouldn't know this, but when I got started in this business, I didn't have much. I didn't have, as I say, a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. I actually had maybe a 400 credit score when I got started in this business. And I just didn't know or understand credit or how credit worked. Not even in a sense of everyday life, but damn sure enough not in real estate. So it took me a while to kind of get to understanding credit and how it works, and being denied for a lot of stuff, having like a 16% interest rate on a car at one point in time, to understand and be able to say, damn this, I have to do something about this. Now, I actually really didn't do anything about it. I just left it alone. I left it alone. I just said, you know what, that's it. I have bad credit. I'm used to having bad credit. I just left it alone. And fortunately, time worked out for me where a lot of the negative stuff that's on my record fell off. But and then once that started to fall off, I started to get secured credit cards and small lines and stuff like that to be able to get bigger credit cards and unsecured lines of credit and things like that to assist me in my real estate career. But so what I want to talk to you about briefly is that people always say, hey, what's the first thing that I need to do to get into real estate? And the first thing I always tell them is check your credit. Because knowing your credit profile, what your credit score is, will help you make the determination of what you're going to be able to do within real estate. If you have a 400 credit score like I had at one point in time, then you might want to gear more towards wholesaling. And then once you do that, because it's another thing that I didn't do, is that when I was wholesaling and I was making tons of money wholesaling, I didn't take that money and reinvest it back into my business, and in the form of fixing my credit. So what I'll say is, it's that's the first thing. If you have bad credit, even if you wanted to stick to something like wholesaling for the time being, make sure that whatever dollars you get from wholesaling, you put back into your business. Like, wholesaling cannot be your end goal. You guys have heard me say this a million times. Wholesaling cannot be your end goal in this business. So if you have bad credit, having a substantial credit score will help you go further in this business than anything, absolutely anything. If you have a decent credit score, work on making it better. That way you can be able to go to, small banks and leverage credit cards from those banks or lines of credits from those banks, and be able to use their loans to purchase properties. Or you'll be able to go to a hard money lender if you wanted to get into a flip situation, and that lender will feel safe knowing that you are a person that repays their debts. So mid-level credit, it's just as good. So now that you can stay focused and you can work on some of the bigger things. Once you start getting into flips, that is the absolute biggest thing that you can use to get through some of these flips is your credit, because now you can go to Home Depot and get a Home Depot card or a Home Depot line of credit, or you can go get you an American Express or another credit card with a good interest rate, and you can purchase a lot of your materials and things of that sort on that credit card and pay that credit card down over time, and then pay it off once the flip is done. We do that, or we live by that same motto here at Roy Realty Group. All of our materials are purchased on our American Express card. That frees up a lot of extra capital for us to do other things and to pay for labor. So that way our dollars stretch a whole lot further. And if you're dealing with a hard money lender or a bank that works on withdrawal requests, you don't have to worry about, for instance, liquidating that draw, because you can actually use a lot of that money on your credit card and then get that money back. So if you're caught in a tight situation, you have some leverage there, right? So once again, credit. The last thing as far as credit that I want to talk to you guys about is your credit with somebody on an individual basis. People talk about how do you invest with other people's money. That's credit. That's credit. That's other people's money. But if you have somebody that's willing to bankroll one of your flips or an investment deal, then you have to have great credit with them. Start off on something small. When they call you, make sure you always answer the phone when they call you, or you immediately call them back and get their money back to them as promised. I'm telling you, that is one of the biggest things. If you're going to be leveraging other people's money, like people's personal money, then always take heed to that. Always try your best to get their money back to them as promised, with the interest that you gave them or more. Because if they're willing to take a risk and a gamble on you and giving you money to do something that you want to do, then you should make it your business to make sure that their money is returned back to them the way it's supposed to be. So once again, I'm Mike Early from the Roy Realty Group. This is another Car Chronicles. Hey, Real Estate Car Chronicles. And I hope that you found this informative. If you did, if you're not subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button, click the like button. We definitely appreciate it. We're taking this time to get this information out to you to help you and your real estate career. So if you have any questions about credit or what you should do to get your credit better, leave a comment in the section below. I can try to help you out as best way possible, or get you over to a credit counselor that I know and that I trust. So once again, I'm Mike Early, and I'll see you at the closing table.